What's up, everybody? This is Lon Levezio. If you are listening to this, then congratulations. You're officially an officer. Now that you're an officer, you're probably wondering, well, what do I do now? And hopefully, I'll be able to help smooth over your transition into your officer duties, and we can pretty much shoot from there. So, first off, again, congratulations. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of your responsibilities, which, mind you, aren't a lot, so it's not overwhelming. Today we're going to talk about alliance wars, alliance quests, recruiting members, and just general GroupMe support. So let's talk about alliance wars first. So now that you're an officer, you have the ability to move members of your alliance around in both battle groups or one battle group, however many battle groups you decide to open when it comes to alliance wars. But no matter what battle group you're in, you now have the ability to move people around for the betterment of the alliance and the betterment of the war, for the defenders. As far as alliance wars go as well, you want to make sure that anyone that is not currently on GroupMe, you add as a friend in the game app, which can definitely be annoying at times, but when it comes time for the attack phase, you need to message those who don't have GroupMe their lines and their paths. This is something that I usually do all the time, and it kind of is frustrating at times, but it's the most efficient way to have everyone on the same page for the time being. And as far as scheduling goes for Alliance Wars, they usually open on Wednesdays. Wednesdays, if we're talking Central Time, in the US, we're talking 2 p.m. So usually I like to run 3 Alliance Wars per week. One on Wednesdays, so the defender phase goes through and then the attack phase goes through, so everything should be over basically on Friday. So Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Now Sundays, you've got to be careful because I believe the cutoff time, Central Time, I believe is 8 p.m. Central Time. And then it goes back down, for the next round up until Wednesday again. So Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays are when I like to launch Alliance Wars. Now, you don't always have to follow that schedule, but that is the recommended schedule. Before you just go and open an alliance war, make sure that you communicate in the GroupMe officer chat that, basically everyone is on the same consensus, on the same page as far as, opening this, opening that. Which kind of leads me on to my next topic, alliance quests. So alliance quests are pretty cool. Right now we're working specifically with maps 2 and 3, which might seem pretty low, I know, but right now in this alliance our main focus is getting everyone's individual hero rating really high so that we can conquer these almost sometimes impossible alliance quests. So for right now, maps 2 and 3, the good thing about maps 2 and 3 is that they don't require any gold whatsoever. And yeah, usually what I find that works is if you're running an alliance war and an alliance quest at the same time, it's probably best to run a map 2 alliance quest and run the alliance war because the your opponents aren't as savage. Alliance quest map 3, however, does reward better rewards. So, but if you run that, you might not want to run alliance war at the same time. As far as scheduling goes for alliance quests, it can pretty much be whatever. Same policy as letting the other officers know in the GroupMe chat, in the officer GroupMe chat, as far as what you want to do. Next topic, recruiting. Recruiting is always fun, and I say that very sarcastically. It's a very hard, sometimes mundane job, but preferably we're looking for members over an 85,000 hero rating. Now, if they're like 75,000, 70,000, heck, even 65,000, those are okay. But before you bring anyone into this alliance, if you find that someone is interested in our alliance, hunky-dory, great. But what you must tell them first is, hey, go to our alliance description and read the details from there, and everything is self-explanatory. And as I'll show in this video, it's basically going to tell all interested summoners to visit this website. And that website basically sets you up for GroupMe. Prior to me doing this, it was very, very difficult to getting new users to get on the GroupMe, because I would need their email address, and I just didn't want all that, personal information. So tell them to do all that, and they can set it up themselves. They can set up their GroupMe account, and they can literally go from there. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. But all interesting all interested members must have GroupMe before getting into the alliance. That is a requirement. So they've got to be in the proper group. Which, by the way, once they set up their GroupMe account, I do have communication with them. Since you're an officer, if you want to help me transition them over to the 3 necessary groups once they're on GroupMe, then let me know, and I'll drop you in that recruitment GroupMe chat. But basically, you pull them from that chat, you're going to DM them directly. You're going to DM them 2 things. One, the 3 links to get into the 3 GroupMe groups, which are the Bloody Triangle General Group, the Bloody Triangle AQ and AW Group, and the Bloody Triangle No Talking Group. And I had the links for those. And then you're going to send them a picture of basically the groups and their descriptions, so that they understand, what is what. And that's all about recruiting. And finally, the last topic, which we're kind of talking about right now, GroupMe Support. So you're an officer, right? So as an officer, we want to keep the morale high amongst our other summoners. So just make sure that you're relatively active in the group chats, be engaging, that sort of thing, and answer any questions that people might have. But basically, we just want to keep the heartbeat of Bloody Triangle alive, and as an officer, you play a vital role in doing that. Now, that's basically all the topics, all the duties as officer. The only other thing that I want to talk about is, as far as do nots go, which isn't really a lot, just don't kick anyone without a group discussion first in the officer chat. That's basically it. In general, I find that if people don't play for more than 14 days, 9 times out of 10 you can let them go, but it's always safe to just make sure in the GroupMe officer chat that it's a go and it's a clear thing, because sometimes life happens, and we might not be able to be on as often as we want to. So we just want to make sure, because someone might know something that you're not aware of, so make sure that you communicate that in the officer chat. And as far as other general minor notes go, when it comes to Alliance Quest and Alliance Wars, if someone asks in the general chat, hey, can I join, this AQ? You now have the responsibility to tell them yay or nay, especially when it comes to which battle group to join. In general, for Alliance Wars and Alliance Quest, BG1 is the one to get it 100% done no matter what. BG2 is kind of the lax one for the time being, at least until we grow our ranks to have a more full alliance. And as far as members that don't have GroupMe yet, just make sure that you add them as alliance buddies on the actual app, and you should be good to go. So once again, congratulations for being an officer. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any of the other officers in the officer chat how things work, and we'll get you moving on from there.